The average profit per seat on any airline, even big airlines like Air Canada, it's very small. So they really need the volume of passengers to be able to sustain it. And so when you have an airline like Southwest Airlines in the States, where they have 200 to 300 aircraft constantly moving, and also between much smaller distances. So, flying from Los Angeles to Las Vegas. In Canada, unfortunately, our urban centers are generally very far apart from each other. So the cost to operate these aircraft, flying from, Hamilton, Ontario to Calgary, it's a lot higher, and we just don't have the number of people needed to sustain, or number of travelers to sustain that kind of operation.
And has it been harder for something like Lynx due to the pandemic over more recent years?
Yeah, I mean, Lynx actually started after we kind of were winding down from the pandemic. They started in 2022. And I think, we had a real rush to get ultra low cost airlines into Canada in the early 2000s, and there was not a market for it at all. So we saw airlines like Zip come up and go down as quickly as you take off and land on a flight. And I think now we're in a climate where you can sustain an ultra low cost. The problem is we now have 5.
Right.
And so the market's become so saturated so quickly. And a lot of these airlines are vying to compete with Air Canada and WestJet. But Air Canada and WestJet have 200 aircraft or 150 aircraft. Lynx has 9. And half of them are leased. Wow. So it's a lot of expenses, and they just don't have the ability to produce the revenue they need to keep themselves afloat.